Walmart track, you know, making minimum wage. And my mom had moved away to about 3 hours away from here, in a place called Running Springs. It's out by Big Bear. And I didn't have a place to live, so I just started living with my friends throughout high school. I lived on their couches, and if I couldn't find a couch to sleep on, I would climb on top of the schoolhouse. There was a little portable back in Irvine. I would sleep on top of this portable. And, you know, I was poor. I mean, super poor. You know, my dad was never around. I didn't know him growing up, so we didn't have any money. I was never around wealthy people. And my life changed on February 15th. I got a phone call from my brother-in-law, and he told me, he said, Tim, I got really lucky. I met a wealthy person, and he can show us how to become successful. So this was back 30 years ago. I was 17 years old. I came to an event just like this. I mean, it literally was just like this. Walked into a nice building in Irvine. It was 2801 Main Street, right across the street from the Hyatt Regency where we did our last event in Southern California. And I walked into a room just like this, and I met some wealthy people that day. And I thought to myself, man, if I could get around these people and find out what it is they're doing, man, that'd be amazing. So my good fortune was 30 years ago, I got around these wealthy people, and they mentored me. They taught me how to do this business. And the first year, I was able to make $147,000. This was back 30 years ago, my senior year in high school doing this, part-time. And then after high school, I went full-time, and it took me about 5 years to get up to making over $100,000 a month. And it was just amazing how my life had changed so fast, going from, you know, basically being homeless to making a fortune in this industry. And over the last 30 years, what I've really kind of mastered is helping people become wealthy, right? Helping people become successful in this industry. That's my passion, is to help people become wealthy. And I know that a lot of people don't want to become wealthy. In fact, I didn't want to become wealthy when I got started in network marketing. I just want to make $5,000 a month. Because to me, that was a lot of money. And it just took off from there, and it grew like wildfire. And the thing I found out about making money is I love to watch people become wealthy because it exposes them to who they really are. That's what money will do. It'll share, if you're a good person and you get wealthy, you're a great person, right? If you're the type of person that likes to help people out, and if you take Bill Gates' bank account and you would have given it to Mother Teresa, she could have impacted the world. You know, and so it's fun to see people that have never became wealthy become wealthy. I know many of you are already very successful. I can tell by looking at you guys. But for myself, you know, I came from that really poor background. So I love helping people. I've helped people from all walks of life. You know, it doesn't matter where they came from, right? I've helped people. Did you guys meet with Betty Perez yet? You guys will meet Betty Perez a little bit later, right? I met her when she was 17 years old. You know, I got a chance to meet her when she was a high school student, right? And, you know, helped her, you know, learn how to do this profession. And then she went corporate. You know, before she came to Remon, she was the president of a billion-dollar company. You know, some of you guys have met Danny Bay before, right? Danny Bay, when I met him, he was working at a Starbucks coffee. He was 19 years old working at a Starbucks coffee at the New York Hotel in Las Vegas. And, you know, helped him become wealthy, right? And when you help people like that, Danny didn't really even speak English. Danny had been in America since 96, and I met him in 2000, right? I met him in 2000. So you got to realize, like, it doesn't matter what somebody's background is. What matters is what's in their heart. You know, I've got so many people in the Remon family that we're working with that are doctors, that are professionals, probably more than I've ever worked with before in my past, because I think of the quality of the products and what attracts people with a lot of credibility, right? The products are so amazing at Remon. So I share with you that information is because today I'm going to share with you a few ideas and concepts to help you build your business the right way from the beginning and make a lot of money, okay? Because when I got started in Remon, what we did was we looked at the compensation plan and we figured out, okay, this is how we're going to build this thing. And since the time we started till the time it is now, there's been some enhancements, right? There's been some enhancements that have happened. And because of those enhancements, you want to make sure that your new people coming in have the best opportunity to become successful. You guys see that? So I'm going to give you guys some insights. And a lot of this stuff I'm going to talk about is leadership because you know, I just got done making a training for tonight. I'm doing a leadership training. So that's kind of fresh on my mind. So, and it doesn't matter if you're brand new. I didn't want to be a leader. That wasn't something I aspired to be, right? You meet people like Fong Lee, she's just a natural leader. She just wants to take charge and she's just a natural leader. For me, I'm just a servant, right? I wouldn't consider myself a leader. I would consider myself a servant. I'm here to serve people, right? And as a result of that, you automatically become a leader by your example that you set. So whether you want to be a leader or not, when you start leading by example, by making the things happen the right way, you're already becoming a leader, because leadership is influence. So you influence people, number one, by your word, but more importantly, by your actions. Your actions are what influence people. So whether you like it or not, you're going to be a leader in this business, right? There's no getting around it. Doesn't necessarily mean that you got to get up in front of a room of people like Kai does and get everybody excited, right, and do all that stuff. That's not what leadership is. Okay? Leadership is servanthood. Leadership is making sure the people that come in your organization, that you take care of them and help them become a success. And how you help people become a success is by leading by example. That's the best way to do it. Okay? When you lead by example, you show people what's possible. People always accuse me of working too hard. Right? Everybody, oh, you work too hard, you work too hard, you work too hard. I want to show everybody how to make $1 million a month. Okay? And the only way I can show you how to make $1 million a month is by first doing it. You guys see that? So the faster I can get my income to $1 million a month, the faster I can show other people how to do it. So you want to lead by example. Okay? You want to lead by example. Whatever that looks like for you. First thing that everybody does when they come in, what is the recipe for success? You got to be thinking to yourself, however many new people came in your organization. Maybe you're brand new, right? Your organization is just the person sitting in your chair, wearing your clothes, right? Maybe that's your only organization, just you. But when people come into your organization, people get started on your team, guess what? That's the most important person in your life. That's the most important person in your life. Meaning what? Those are the most important people in your business. Because when they get started, they're brand new, they need to have success. What do you do? What is your, I call it, your MO, right? What's your method of operation for your brand new people? What do you do with your brand new people? Okay? First thing that I would do if I'm brand new in this organization, I would find out who my upline team leader is. Okay? I got to know who my upline team leader is. Why? I'm going to use them. I'm going to use them and abuse them. Why? Because they make money on me. Do you guys see that? Right? They make money on me. I look at the compound and I go, whoa, all the money's a team leader. Who's my upline team leader? And I'm going to put you to work. I'm putting you to work. So as soon as I get a brand new person started, guess who I'm connecting them with? My upline team leader. Doing a welcome call. Right away. I'm doing a welcome call. I get formally started. First thing I'm doing, my upline's Kai. I'm calling Kai up. Kai's my upline team leader. Put him to work. And I'm like, Kai, I want to introduce you to Phone Lee, right? She just got started with me. She's brand new. She just got started. We just got her ID number. And I wanted to introduce her to you. And this is called a welcome call. I'm introducing her to Kai, my upline team leader. And guess what Kai's going to do? Kai's going to set up a game plan session with her within the first 24 to 48 hours. Why? Because if Kai makes her senior manager and he's the upline team leader, guess what happens to him? He's making about $750 to $1,000. Right? He's making about $750 to $1,000 just by her hitting senior manager. So if he's the upline team leader, he gets paid to help her become successful. So if I'm a planner or I'm a senior manager, I don't make as much money as the upline team leader. So leverage them. Leverage them. Okay? Everybody that's a team leader has got one thing on their mind. Going to director. Do you guys see that? So this entire compensation model revolves around everybody winning together. Everybody succeeding together. I know in my mind, my success is going to be determined by my ability to be able to help everybody else rank advance in the company. Why? Because I can help them make more money. So if I want to become a team leader, how do I do that? Now let me share with you the facts on this. Okay? Because what most people do that don't have experience in this industry, guess what they do? They look at the compensation plan. They go, okay, what does it take to be team leader? They go, okay, 3 senior managers, 50,000 in volume. And guess what they proceed to do? To do that. Well, let me share with you guys a little tip. The more people that you introduce on your front line, the easier it's going to be for you to find runners. Let me explain why. Let's say that I get started. I sign up 1, 2, 3. I sign up 3 people. Now, if I only have 3 people, they know that I am counting on them. I'm counting on them. When I count on them, that means I need them. If I need somebody, I can't lead somebody. You understand? People ask me, how did you guys hit national director so fast? Because we had a bunch of lines moving. We had a bunch of legs moving, right? We had 10 solid legs running. And everybody had a fear of loss. There's something that you guys have probably heard of. It's called FOMO, FOMO. Fear of missing out. So if I got 3 people and I'm just going to work with these 3 people, there's no fear of missing out for them. So guess what they're going to do? They're not going to run. They're going to wait for me to build it all. But if I have 10 people, what happens? They start running. Why? Because there's a FOMO. There's a fear of missing out. Tim's going to make somebody successful. I want to get his time. But if I've only got 3 people, I can work with them a lot. Somebody goes, well, that's great. That's not how you lead people. Any of you guys that have kids, that's leadership. What's the best part of having kids? First off, how cute they are. The second is once they get potty trained. Right? Once they're potty trained, life is easy from that point on. Right? I want to get people potty trained fast. I'm not trying to wipe somebody's butt when they're 35. You guys get that? So how do you do that? How do you duplicate? When you create leadership is by being so busy that people have to step up. So if I've only got 3 lines of business, guess what happens to me? I've got a lot of time for them. But if I got 10 lines, what happens? I'm busy. They're like, oh my God, now my time is valuable. My time is valuable because I'm working. So I'm telling you guys so you understand how to make a lot of money fast. How many directors does it take to be a national director? 4. How do you get 4 directors? Not have 4 legs. If you got 10 legs running, you're in business. Why? You're making money. Let me ask you a question. Where do you want recognition from? Do you want it from want a pin? So you can walk on stage and say, look at my pin. Look at this pin. Or do you want recognition when you walk in the bank? When you walk in the bank manager comes out and greets you. Thank you so much for being here. Right? That's who I want recognition from. The bank manager. That's who I want to be like, oh my God, Tim's here. This is awesome. We got to make sure that, what can I get you? What can I get you, sir? Yeah. That's what you want to have. How do you do that? By building the business on a rock solid foundation. Somebody goes, well, 10 people, that's hard. You know what's hard? Being broke. Yeah. That's hard. What's hard is being in a company watching everybody else become wealthy and you just sit back and say, I was a part of it. That's hard. Building it the right way from the beginning is easy. It's easy. Some of you that have kids, you know, right? If you've got kids, some of you guys have kids that are spaced out. Some of you have a bunch of kids together. Okay? You have a kid a year apart. If it's less than 9 months, you're crazy. But I can tell you right now, guys got twins. Woo! That'll get you out of the baby making business altogether. But see, if you're raising 2 kids, it's tough. It's harder to raise 2 than 1. But once you're done with those 2. You guys see that? So my wife and I, we have 4 kids. Ours are all spaced out. Right? Our first 2 were 2 years apart. The other one was 8 years, right? We got a 9-year-old and a 27-year-old. Woo! Right? When you space them out like that, you know what I mean? I've been raising kids my whole life. I've been raising kids since I was like 18 years old. You see that? 19. But some people have a bunch of kids right away, and once they're done, they're done. You guys see that? So when you're building your lines, it's the same way. If you build one person and you get them all the way to national director, and then you grab somebody else and you get them all the way to national director, you're doing the same thing over and over again. But if you grab a bunch of people right from the beginning and you run through the comp plan with them all together, you're learning and they're earning and learning at the same time. It's way easier. It is way easier that way. Because everybody's feeding up everybody's energy, right? One organization might be blowing up. And they're like, oh, what are you doing? What are you doing that's working? Oh, let me, and then they go, what are you doing? And then they start blowing up. And then they're asking them, what are you? So everybody's feeding up everybody's energy. I'm giving you guys insights on how to make a lot of money in this business, if that's what your desire is. But the most important part of this business, more importantly than anything else, is developing leaders. How do you duplicate leaders? How do you duplicate leaders? Listen to what I'm telling you guys. I'm going to tell you guys, okay? Last month, right, I'll tell you guys this. Out of the last, let's say 5 directors that we've created in our organization, out of the last 5 directors, I would say maybe one of them I know. Last month, I think we had like 30 some odd team leaders. I don't know any of them. I don't know any of them. Why? Because I create leaders that create leaders. You want to develop leaders that develop leaders. How do you do that? You've got to have a need to be succeeded, not a need to be needed. Do you guys see that?
Yeah.
If I'm developing leaders that create leaders on their own, now I have the opportunity to be able to build new lines of business and focus in on my people. Do you guys see that? Because as a national director, you've got what? You've got a senior director open line group. What does that mean? That means some people that join, I'm their upline national director and I'm their upline senior director. You guys see what I'm telling you? Some people that join, I'm their upline director, senior director, and national director. Some people that join, I'm their upline team leader, director, senior director, national director. So you're going to have different levels as you grow in the comp plan. When you're brand new and you're a senior manager, your open line organization is what? Senior manager open line, meaning everybody that comes in you're going to be their upline senior manager. If I get started and I'm a senior manager and I develop her to senior manager, now what? She needs to go work with her senior manager open line. You guys see that? That's what the compensation plan drives. Duplication. The compensation plan in Remon is true to life. How does life work? You guys all have babies. I'm going to go right back to it. Some of you guys don't have babies, but you know what they are, right? So what happens is when a baby's born, you do everything. You do everything. They don't know how to do nothing except for cry, eat, and poop. Cry, poop. That's it. That's all that's going on. And be cute. You guys know that. So that's what little babies can do. So you're doing everything. Now, once a baby starts to grow, you do less for them. They're able to feed themselves. They're able to do different things on their own. And then they get to a point where you don't have to do anything for them. Now when you get together with them, it's just friendship. Right? When I get together with my 27-year-old, I don't need to talk to him about anything other than just be buddies with him. I've already done the parenting. When I meet with Kai, I don't need to mentor Kai. We're just buddies. Because you develop somebody to the same level that you are. There's nothing new. I'm not going to break out some new information where Kai's like, whoa, never heard you say that before, dude. You know how it is, right? Your kids know everything that you know. You say something, I know. Right? I've heard that before. You understand? And that's where you want to get to. Meaning what? When a brand new person comes in and you're a team leader, you get paid a lot of money to help them become successful. And then once they become a team leader, then they know how to do it all on their own. If you're duplicating and teaching them. You want to duplicate people. You do not want to be needed in this business. You want to be succeeded. The need to be succeeded. You help 5 people make more money than you? Woo! Woo! Go pick out an island and get an umbrella drink. Because you're done. That's the deal. That's how this business works. So the timing of where we are, you guys, it'll never happen again. Never happen again. Meaning what? This moment in time right now is the best time I've ever seen in my life. And I'm telling you right now, it wasn't by design. I don't think it was by design. It might be by design. But I think it was just the way that everything came together. You dream of the perfect time. This is the perfect time. Let me explain why. What's happening in 3 months? December, January, February. Anybody know what happens in February? Convention. Is it at the beginning, middle, or end? End. What? We've never done that before. It just so happens. What promotion's going on right now? Hit team leader in 3 months and you get what? $2,500 bonus. December, January, February. What? Do you guys understand what I just said to you? New person comes in, hits team leader in 3 months, they get a $2,500 bonus. Woo! Hey, guess what? Woo! I'm getting excited now. They hit, look what they do. They hit director by May, boom, 5,000. They hit senior director by August, 7,500. They hit national director by November, another 10,000. Woo! $25,000 for people that join this month. $25,000 extra. But the most important thing that's going to make these bonuses fly is what? February, end of the month. Convention. February, end of the month, $2,500 bonus. Both are the same. You build your business convention to convention. Everybody knows that. Okay? Any of you that have ever been in direct sales, you know that. If you're brand new to the industry, you'll figure that out really quickly. Everybody runs convention to convention. Convention to convention. You build your business convention to convention. Now you have obviously events in between, but I'm telling you the big highlight of everything that we do is what? Convention. Everybody always runs to become a team leader by what? Convention. They want to go to the team leader party. Right? Don't they? They want to go to the specialized trainings for team leaders and above. The next level leadership stuff. Everybody wants to be a team leader by the convention already. But now they're going to pay you to do it? Extra? This is unbelievable. Because if you want to become a director, what do you need to do? You need to be producing what? Team leaders like popcorn. Right? You need to be popping them like popcorn. Pop, 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 pop. More team leaders you have, more volume you're going to do that's going to get you to what? Director. So you want to be popping team leaders like crazy. Now, when people get to team leader, what do you want them doing? Making money. Making money. How do you make sure they make money? Have more than 3 lines. You look at we started teaching this like we became non-negotiable about this, right? When we found out that the Unilevel was coming out. So we started a new line, our Mexico organization, right? And we taught those guys 10 wide or you're not